Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. We at this channel we are anti-criminal and pro-law enforcement, and we are for safe communities wherever you're living. So we are here now to give you an update about Jayman double murders charge, where he was arrested and charged by the Lauderdale police for the killing of Dwayne Francis, aka Muscle, and Jeff Murray, aka Ford Lord. So, a lot of we have been following up the story, and a lot of various people have been rejoicing that Jayman is not informing and he's standing firm. And let me tell you this: I am going to before I let you listen listen to this audio. It's a video after I finish telling what is coming for Jayman, Fredman, Raymond, and Squash. They're not gonna arrest and charge them on a RICO walk or anything like that. Or what they're coming with against them, you're gonna be shocked. What the federal grand jury is going to indict them for is terrorism. Oh, you can't believe that they're terrorists. Okay, all right. Let me tell you why they're gonna indict them for terrorism. Their main intention was to come to the United States of America to terrorize American citizens. Yes, and they killed two. So, anyway, Squash is at now, Squash supposed to be pooping and supposed to be having diarrhea right now because they are not coming with what these people think that they're coming with. They're coming with terrorism charges coming. Yes. So those who are talking about Jayman didn't rat and squash or anything like that. Nonsense, garbage. So I'm going to play a clip to you and let you hear this for yourself. Because terrorism charges that coming in. You listen, you decide. One love.
The criminal justice system often are amazed by the answer to this question, but yes, the police can lie to you during an interrogation. There's limits to it, meaning they can't fabricate evidence to make you think that something else did happen, for example, but they can absolutely tell you, well, your person that was arrested with you, they already confessed and said you did it, so you may as well just come clean and we'll try to help you out later with the prosecutor. They can tell you that, oh, your wife or your mother, I spoke to her and she's just so torn up about this, she's so embarrassed and ashamed, she just wants you to resolve this as quickly as possible, just come clean. Yes, the police are allowed to lie to you, and that is something to keep in mind if you should ever happen to be in an interrogation room or being interrogated by the police, is that what they're telling you, for better or for worse, it may be a lie. Knowing that the police can lie to you is why, first of all, even without a lawyer, you probably shouldn't talk to them. But two, if you do decide to speak with them, you absolutely want to invoke that other part of your Miranda rights, which is if you want an attorney, you have the right to have an attorney present. Call your attorney and get them in there, because police act very differently when they know that there's someone who knows the limits of what they can do. If the police overstep their bounds on what they can tell you, meaning they're allowed to tell you that your co-defendant confessed, for example, or that they're allowed to tell you, hey, we found the gun and we got fingerprints off of it, all right, and they match your fingerprints. They're allowed to say that to you. Now, if they then come into the room with a fingerprint card and say, here it is, here's the proof, here's a fingerprint we took off of the gun, that is when they cross the line. That's what, they're not allowed to do that. If they do something like that, we can absolutely file a motion. And in that example, obviously it's a very simple example, but yes, it's a situation where the case might not necessarily be dismissed, but we should be able to file the appropriate motion to suppress whatever statement you may have made and keep them from using that against you, which in a lot of cases will result in a dismissal.
Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. By popular demand from the viewers, loyal viewers and subscribers of this channel. The topic that most of you have selected that you wanted to see, wanted to keep for me and us at the Jamaica Young Police channel to keep you up abreast of is Jayman's double murder. Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. Most of all, let us thank our loyal subscribers and new subscribers to the channel. Let us grow to be a force to be reckoned with and make changes to our system in Jamaica. At this channel, we are an anti-criminal group of people who do not like criminals, criminal-minded people, their financiers, supporters, benefactors. We believe the law-abiding citizens, where they live in this world, should live in peace, have freedom of movement, work, and raise a family. What we at this channel believe is criminals and terrorists must live in fear of losing their lives and not the law-abiding citizens. If you haven't subscribed to the channel as yet, this is the time to subscribe. Click the subscription link, click the bell. As soon as we upload a video, you will get the notification first. Please like the video so others can view the contents. Welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. So as you have heard earlier, I give you the introduction about what is about to happen with these men from the six gang and the Busted gang and the others, and people have been Jayman and Fredman, Raymond, and Squash reach at this junction in the United States of America. Three of them have been entered the country illegally. Yes, these three men entered the country illegally and are in the United States of America. They are on parole for their immigration hearing because they claim that they're seeking asylum because their life is in danger because of the killing of Jayman's girlfriend by Squash in St. James earlier this year. So the thing is that now, a lot of these people, they think that the United States of America is like Jamaica. So, where the justice system is very, very lenient and compassionate when it comes down to criminals and people who commit crimes in Jamaica. That they are the victims and the victims are suckers and whatever. To the victims, they deserve it. And the reason why we are saying that is because of what is happening there. And we have seen it in real time where people kill people and they get 10 years for murder and stuff like that. So they thought that if they're doing this in Jamaica and this is a third world country and it's black people killing black people, well, in Uncle Sam, maybe it's even better because it's a first world country, because it's the first world country that control the narrative and everything that's happening there, because Jamaica is not an independent country. Jamaica is dependent on these first world countries. So now all of these men, including Squash, they're facing. They think that their troubles is just with the state of Florida. So they are now facing terrorism charges. Yes, terrorism charges. That's bigger than any other charges that they're gonna face because what's his name, Jayman, think that he's the next process in this case with the federal part of it. There's a thing that called grand jury. Yes, grand jury. Most Jamaicans have never heard of the term grand jury or how it's operates. But in Jamaica we don't have anything like that. The police just have information, evidence, and they will charge a suspect for his crimes. But in the United States of America, a grand jury is a group of people selected to sit on a jury that decide whether to return an indictment. An indictment formally charges a person with committing a crime and begins a criminal prosecution process. In the United States of America, a grand jury consists of 16 to 23 people. And these 23 people are people who are from within the community. So, these are people who watch news, they read the newspaper, and they are really abreast with what is going on in the community. Yes. And the thing is that grand juries, they develop areas to examine by two avenues: jurors' interests and public complaints. Complaints filed by the public are kept confidential. The protection of whistleblowers is one of the primary reasons for confidential nature of grand jurors' work. So grand jury is normal. It's not only normal. Grand jury, it's private. It's secretive. The only people that know each other are the people who are in the room. So these are people who live in the community. So you're not gonna privy to them and know who is who. And it's how the grand jury operates. It's a by not unanimous but majority vote. Because sometimes one of the grand jury or two, or there are about a few who do not, especially those who have liberal minds, like the Jamaican people, the uptown and elitist people, where they make excuse of all kind of criminals, because um, grand jurors, have to be people who are very, very conservative in their mind, not people whose mind is warped and filled with all kind of muck and thinking all kind of craziness, and he's poor, and that is why he killed people, and it's because his mother, when he was 3 and his mother died, and they find all kind of excuse why, you understand. These people, grand jurors, are people who knows how society operates. Don't make excuse for criminals and let them face the music. So that's what is going to happen with Jayman, Raymond, Fredman, and Squash. There's no one here to make excuse of them. You understand? So the first day of Jayman's appearance in court on November 7th at about 11:50 a.m. Jayman's, that's his first appearance in the circuit court of the 17th Judicial Circuit in and for Broward County, Florida. That I state of Florida court. Nothing to do with Uncle Sam yet. That I state of Florida. Because Uncle Sam is going to when Uncle Sam going to make them bend backwards and ram up charges on these boys. You understand? His public defender filed a document with the court. Notice of defendant's invocation of his right to remain silent and right to counsel. Jayman is playing draft with the state prosecutors while Uncle Sam is playing chess. Remember that this guy came into this country, the United States of America, with one intention, which was to continue his life of crime, and now he has won the prize, and he's going to be a terrorist. He's not going to be arrested on charge just double murder, but he's going to be charged just like how they charge Al Qaeda people, and yeah, there's a gang that operate from out of El Salvador. They call them MS-13. I'll give you some. I'll give you a rundown on that gang, how they came by, and how this gang become this powerful thing, and how crime increases in South and Latin America. In Latin America, you understand? So as soon as the Fort Lauderdale Broward County Federal Grand Jury complete its investigation into the federal crimes committed by these men from Jamaica, they are going to make sure that the indictment is sealed with a racketeering conspiracy and conspiracy to provide material support to terrorists based on his role as an illegal immigrant who came into the country illegally with one sole purpose, is to terrorize the American people. Jayman, Fredman, Raymond, and Squash, they all have all the ingredients, points to prove the offenses in any court of law, any law court. Unauthorized immigration already is a divisive and controversial subject in American society, was reframed as a grave national security threat after terrorist attack on September 11, 2001. Yet, despite substantial public, political, and policy attention to the issue of undocumented immigration and terrorism, there has been relatively little empirical assessment of the relation between unauthorized unauthorized immigration flows and terrorist activity. The United States government attempted to fill this gap by combining newly developed estimates of unauthorized population, novel use of sentencing and prosecutorial data to measure terrorism related activities, and multiple data sources on the criminological, socio-economic, and demographic context from all 50 states 1990 to 2014. The American government then leveraged this unique dataset to examine the longitudinal, macro level relationship between undocumented immigration and various measures of terrorism. Results from fixed affect adverse binomial models suggest that increased undocumented immigration over the period is not associated with terrorism or terrorist attacks, radicalization, or terrorism persecution. This case, though, with what happened as all the ingredients for terrorism charges to be filed against these men. And based on the time that we have passed the 15 minutes marks, and you know that most people brain are like goldfishes. After 5 seconds, they want to do something else. They start get bored, unless it's like if they're at a concert or at a party or something like that, they can stay up for hours. But when it comes on to anything that's educational and informative, 5 seconds and that's too much for them. So stand by. The next video that's coming up will be the series of Jayman's court appearance with the documentation, and we'll go through it step by step. Yeah, no old bars or anything like that. As you know, this channel, we are anti-criminal. We are pro-law enforcement. When we say pro, we don't mean that we give police this, wide support. Police that who are operating within the ambit of the law. Not police who go out there and rob people, not police who go out there and shoot and harm people or anything like that. We don't support those kind of police. You understand? We support the police, yes, using preemptive strike to defend themselves from terrorists. You understand? So thanks for watching the Jamaica Young Police channel. Have yourself a beautiful Sunday. Yes. And as you can see, it's going to be a beautiful week. Peace.